Hi, Saito, Kat, John. Good to see y'all. I am tired, but I'm not as tired as I've been, and I'll take it. There is an event going on in Genshin, so after we do dailies, we're going to get into that, and I'm excited about it because just based on this little description, Mondstadt and Liga are hosting a joint event. I love that. I am feeling better than yesterday. Yesterday, as opposed to just feeling tired and achy and nauseous, I also was feeling really just angry because overstimulated. It's not as bad right now. So,
A shield is
yeah.
not
Wait,
enough
I
to
thought I
protect
hit navigate and then I didn't.
the most important.
Anyways, my game has been a little bit annoying as far as load times go, but let's see if it'll be on better behavior with an audience. I don't know. I don't have unnecessary programs open or anything. It simply is being like this today. Um right. Imagine that. Well, that was already better. Maybe it's because I teleported somewhere close though. Who knows? All right. It's the kiddos. It's my turn to catch people, huh? I'll get you for sure. I wouldn't be so sure. There's some places you can't even climb up to. Well, that's because my shoes aren't suited to climbing. If I change shoes, I can definitely get you. Well, let's both take our shoes off. That'll make it fair. Stop. You're both not allowed to run around barefoot. There's all sorts of abandoned bits and bobs everywhere. What if you get cut? I have gotten pretty far in this chain, yeah. Okay. Fine. When you were trying to catch me earlier, you were kind of distracted, weren't you? I ran past you earlier and you didn't respond at all. Huh? Did that happen? I didn't notice. Exactly. I ran an entire round earlier and you didn't seem to have seen me or to see me at all. But huh? It's you. Why are you here? Why am I here? Why is she here? Dad said that he needed to go out to work. Mom has to work as well. Ariel happened to come return a book, so Dad asked him to take care of me, so I came over to play with them. Yeah. Never mind that. Let's continue playing. Who's going to do the catching this time? I thought you didn't like hide and seek. Well, I've been trying to write a review recently, and I've had some questions that need consideration. I found that my mind is more agile when I'm exercising, so. But he zones out easily and sometimes just stands there talking to himself. He won't react no matter what you say to him. Why don't you join us? You're way better than my brother at hide and seek. Alright. Do your best. Cool. Let me maybe put my glasses on. That might be a good idea, since I can't see that well in the underground as it is. Usually, when you have to find these
I will
kids.
always seek to protect the things that are most important, no matter what it takes, even when it looks futile.
No, this logical sequence doesn't add up. I need to come at this from a different angle. How about. No, no. Huh? Oh, you found me. I'll head back to the meeting point then. Is this point of view correct? No. It. Actually, is it right or wrong? wonder if Ariel will be able to put his thoughts together. What? You actually found this place? Seriously, how many times have you played hide and seek? Well, I'll head back to the meeting point. I'll hide myself better next time.
But my research had so much potential.
And there we go. So you found me anyway, huh? Guess you really are better at this. I'll head back to the meeting point. I hope my brother does better. Why do you hope so? Well, he did say it himself, didn't he? His brain works better after we play. But he has too many thoughts. He needs to squat on the ground trying to recall and memorize them for a long time. Lovey told me that those ideas of his are very precious things, so we shouldn't disturb him. That's why when we're playing with him, if we're about to catch him, we purposefully take our time until he finishes collecting his thoughts. Whoops. It's just that if it's my brother's turn to catch people, we'll have to wait for him for a long while. No, the argument is insufficiently rigorous here. Oh well, looks like Ariel's in his own world again. Anyway, thanks for playing with us again. Is that kid okay? As long as he doesn't start drinking coffee like water like my dad did, he should be fine. Leave that one to me. I won't let my brother drink too much coffee. If it really comes down to it, I'll hide all his coffee from him. I was planning to hide my dad's coffee here, but I guess that's a bust. It sure is tough being a reviewer. Honestly, yeah. Okay. I have no fish in my inventory. Oh no. I don't have any fish. So there was nothing I could do.
Time for your arraignment. Too easy. We shall prevent.
I haven't been playing the game at all
Incinerate!
because I haven't felt good, so.
Pin them down! Boom boom! Go!
Like, I never went to buy fish because I haven't really been playing the game since, like, the last time of streaming. So it's just not something I've, like, gotten around to doing. Like, yes, I meant to, but also I haven't been actually playing. Oh, today? I don't. The only thing I've said about fish today is that I don't have any. Oh, good. My game is frozen. I love that. Oh, no. Just was making note I didn't have any because the little notification popped up about, notification, the little dialogue popped up. And so I was just saying I'm not going to do that right now because I can't do that right now.
You're exposed! Just like we rehearsed! Shazam! Incinerate! Pin them down! Hear my prayer! You're more inside! Inadmissible evidence! Hi! Here's the good! You're exposed! Shazam! Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. I just 100% zoned out drinking water. Hello. um, welcome to fatigue. That, yeah, I just drank. I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't taken a sip of water in a bit. Let me do that. I grab my water. I start taking a sip of water, and then my brain just like blanks out as I am drinking down about half of my water bottle. Oh, we're doing real good. Fish brain took over for a second there. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's been one of those weeks. And I mean like since last week. I've just been like spacing out because I'm tired. Okay. Anyway, I'm like on the one hand, yeah, we could go. The other thing was I was thinking, which, you know, perhaps thinking is never a good idea. I was like, should I try and cook some dishes or you know, once we have the quest going, it won't be as noticeable if I zone the fuck out again. So it's okay. I'm good so far. Let's see Estelle real quick. Wait, this isn't what I meant to do. But I can finally get the last diagram, so, you know, we will do that. Oh, yeah. It's it's not too bad. Like, it's not great, but you know. I will let those and then come over here and make foods. Can only make one of those. Honestly, yeah, I was really hoping one of them might be for fish. Deeply disappointed that that was not the case. Like, it would have made so much sense. haven't gone collecting ingredients in so long. And because of that, I don't have a wide variety of options. Right. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're running out of mint and sweet flour, that might be a personal problem. Like, there might not be a lot that we can do to help you at that point. I don't know. Just, you know. Oh, you know what? What revival dishes do we have to work with? Because honestly, nope.
This coffee smells as good as ever.
Okay. Back here for these. Obtain. Obtain. Yes, she is. Okay. Alright, now that we've done those, let's grab the Travelers team.
A lot of room for improvement with this machine.
Oh yeah, trials. You know what? We can do that real quick. Ooh, and we're gonna get to see how Risley plays, which I'm intrigued. I am curious. You know, I'm not gonna pull for him, but I'm I will one day. You know, so it's. I mean, I might one day. I guess we'll find out based on how this goes. Today, history was made with our first ever cryo catalyst.
A moment, please.
Oh boy, another male catalyst who mostly just punches shit. What a shock. I mean, I knew he would be one of those. Like, I'm not surprised in the least. But, however...
Teamwork is dreamwork. Animal hypostasis and
Away now. Have a safe trip.
That's nice. Yeah, no, he plays very nicely. That was smooth. That was easy. That was great. Sorry about the yawns. Was hoping his passive would be unique. That is valid. Now, Venti. I know how to use Venti. Okay, can I switch characters, Genshin? Pretty please? Thanks so much.
Time for takeoff.
I really appreciate that. Please?
Let's spark things up a Yahoo! Yeah. Think you can get away? He. Try not to enjoy this.
Woo. At first, I was looking and I was like, oh yeah, Venti's bow is on the weapons banner. Maybe I could get his bow. And then I remembered that I have his bow. That I got his bow in a singular 10 pull because fate was on my side that day. Honestly, yeah. Aesthetic wise. Then, of course, we've got all the 4 stars on the banner. The wings don't fit either, so honestly, it makes it so. Why don't the why for the Genshin Inktober, I've been drawing it, but I haven't been posting it because I just haven't had like the spoons to post. And anyways, well, maybe don't get shot. Ah, dude.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
From whence you came. Swift and merciful. Spirit blade, attack.
Anyways, I've been doing my Genshin Faux Inktober, and I just haven't been posting it because I haven't had the energy for, like, making a caption and stuff like that. Literally, and the thing is, I was drawing, the Anemo Consecrated Beast. It's that, like, it's the windy serpent of the Sumeru Desert, creatures that are like the giant electro scorpion and the giant firebird, and you know, it's the giant animo worm. I was drawing it, Because I was like, I think drawing a worm is probably my best bet of all of my options. So I was drawing it. And then I went to color and I was like, what fucking color is that? Because it's not blue, but it's not green, but it's not really teal. It's the animo color. And like some of the parts of the color palette on it were obviously easier than others, but there was it's like a mint green. Yeah, and I was having such a hard time getting my colored pencils to like emulate that because I don't have a mint green in the set that I'm working with right now. Like I have one in general, probably. I thought I just grabbed one and then it was yellow green. Spearmint specifically. Yeah. Toma. I love him so much. I need to build him. I really do.
Check this out.
His fight style is so pretty. It's a shame that he doesn't do a whole lot of damage in the way that he's built for these.
Booba, get them!
Huh? Don't get too close. Don't get frostbite. Here's Becca.
You're toast!
I got you covered. Oh, so sorry. Check this out. Supporting fire.
Alrighty, and then there's still one more, isn't there? Oh! We love to hear it. Did they build her in an acceptable manner? What do we got? What do we got? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They've got her on sack, which is fine. And they have her on noblesse, which I guess is also fine. I mean, I see how noblesse could be, you know, useful for her, for sure.
Come a little close.
Let's see. She plays.
Magical laugh! Nice and spicy!
Let's spark things up.
Eat this! Fallen Emma, help!
Yeah, it kind of is. Okay, but that's all of them. Before we get into the quest, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quickly since I zoned out for like a minute and a half drinking water. And then we will get into the quest, which I'm excited. I don't know what I didn't pay much attention to what's gonna be happening, but I sure am excited for it, so you know. So yeah, I will be right back. Let's do this. The quest is starting at Wangshu Inn. And all parts of the quest are out. I don't know if we'll get through all of it today because I don't know how long it is, and I also don't know how sleepy I will be. That's okay because we will also play Genshin tomorrow, so we'll definitely get through it. The usual 211, yeah, probably. That is my guess as well, but Oh, load times. Please. Okay. Shoop. Okay. There they are! That is a good question.
Looks like you're having fun. What's the occasion this time?
Hu Tao and Venti!
Oh, do I spy a traveler and a Paimon? We were just talking about you. This is more serendipitous than finding Mora after face planting on the road.
What are the odds?
It's been too long. I'll bet you have some thrilling new tales from your journey to fill me in on. I can see it in your eyes.
Oh, sweetie, don't I ever.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you. What were you talking about before we got here? Something fun? Or something
Right.
delicious? We were talking about one certain traveler and how two's company but three's a crowd as the inseparable duo tour around Tibet, making 4 friends here and 5 more there, often at 6s and 7s as they brave the lakes and seas, collecting pieces of 8 and countless other treasures. They clearly must have 9 lives. Wink, wink. Let's hope they have less than 10 deaths. What the? It just gets worse and worse. Shortly, you may attend a grand banquet at Stone Gate. All will be dressed to the nines for majestic food and fine wines. And after 8 long drinks and 7 shorts, they'll each write 6 lines 5 times. You've been to all 4 corners of the world, so in 3 short seconds, can you guess from these 2 stanzas of 1 speech each what this event is about?
I love that counting festival is an option.
Correct! It's a poetry gala, and Mondstadt and Liyue are hosting it together. Do you still remember the promise I made to the distinguished director Hu here during the lantern rite? Something about writing poetry together?
Yeah.
That's right. At the dinner table that night, I just knew this young bard was a rare talent with exceptional taste. You know, it's rare to encounter such a kindred spirit. And now, I've finally seized the chance to collaborate. It took me much trekking across the land to petition Eugene Terrace and contact the Knights of Favor.
Right.
But eventually,
Oh,
in the
goodness.
spirit of friendship and poetry sharing, I managed to successfully organize the Neighboring Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Bit of a weird name. Liyue's poetry is known far and wide, and Mondstadt is the city of wine and song. With 2 nations teaming up, it'll be double the fun.
and a great chance for people from both places to get to know one another. Hu Tao and I will be
I'm sure.
Of course,
I feel
haven't
like Hu
studied
Tao knows
various forms
everything,
and formalities
is the
of
thing.
Liyue poetry for very long, so please forgive my dreadful performance just now.
And I'm sorry, but since she already has her suspicions about Zhongli, and the way that Zhongli and Venti interact is about as subtle as a gun. Like, nobody in that room was under the impression that they'd never met before. They were all deeply confused about the nature of their previous meetings. Because, you know, but right, yeah. She's like, uh-huh. And? Like, what else? And also, there's grass growing in the plains. Like, yeah.
Not at all, Venti. You followed my lead most excellently.
You flatter me.
Well, this sounds like fun. Let's get involved.
Yeah. Looking forward to everyone else's poems.
Oh, Paimon, sure you'll be amazing. Remember that time in Liyue when Paimon gave you the first half of a couplet? Wind rises, winds never churn. You came up with the second half right away.
You know, yeah. But the sea of clouds always return.
Oh, looks like someone's got a knack for this. Perhaps we'll have to raise the difficulty a little. Alright, so basically you guys are here to discuss the activities for the poetry gala, right? Oh, looks like little Paimon's brain has gained a wrinkle or two. You guessed it so effortlessly, but you still guessed it wrong. Huh? Wait, Paimon guessed wrong?
We came here hoping to invite a special guest.
Oh.
I already told you.
I mean, I say, oh, like I'm surprised, but...
Never having penned a verse myself, how could I hope to judge the poetry of others? Besides, afflicted with karma as I am, the raucous atmosphere you are cultivating is precisely the kind which I must avoid, as you well know.
Hey now, there's a first time for everything, right? We all start from itsy bitsy spider, but give it a shot and you'll be wandering lonely as a cloud in no time. And you don't even have to join us in person if you really don't want to. You can just.
But I had a
watch the party
feeling
from
that
a
this is
nearby
why they were
mountaintop
here.
and, cheer them
Literally.
on. At least head down and take a look first. It's right by the inn, and there's plenty of fun activities to get involved with. It can't hurt to take a quick walk and check things out.
That is a 100% accurate assessment of what's going on right now.
Besides, with the renowned traveler here, what is there to fear?
Join us, join us, join us, join us, join us. Bat's eyelashes, you can't say no to me because we are besties. Say yes.
I'll consider it.
It's nearly time. Why don't you all head to the venue and take a look around? Quite a few of your friends should have arrived by now.
Yes, that's right. Venti and I still need to discuss the poem for the opening ceremony. So, we'll catch up with you later. Plus, our Adeptus friend might need a bit more convincing.
Yes.
We'll see if we can coax him down. Gotcha! We'll be on our way then!
Go to Stonegate.
How about that for an opening?
Yes, yes, I like it. But if we could give it a bit more oomph, it would be even better. I think we should lead with a bang, dip into a slippity slide, then whoosh into a whoop whoop boom! Got it?
Got it. Completely understood.
The crazy thing is that I know he means that. Stonegate in relevance to where I am right now. Should probably teleport there. Yeah, nope. I would say that with load times, it'll take about the same amount of time as if we were to walk there.
Wow, it's so lively. Didn't think there'd be so many people here already. And a lot of them are familiar faces. Let's go say hi.
Let's start with the boys. I love them. Oh, you guys can't see me, but I'm smiling so much.
Who's here? This poetry fest seems to have attracted talent of the highest caliber.
Hey, Shincho and Chanya are here too.
I was actually heading into the mountains to train, but he accosted me on the way and dragged me here.
Oh, how your words wound me. Is it not the responsibility of an exorcist of Liyue
I
to
love
ensure
them
that
so
this
much.
celebration of friendship between our two nations stays free of evil spirits? Besides, this is an excellent opportunity to meet heroes who have come from far and wide. Surely, you must be curious as to how that heroine of Mondstadt was able to lift such heavy objects like they were but a feather.
Noelle?
Yeah, she's super strong.
I love how we're all like, oh my gosh,
Since you are so well acquainted, could we trouble you to introduce us later?
I can introduce you to my girlfriend. Yeah. Love that the only thing he had to say was Mondstadt heroine who can lift heavy things as if they were a feather, and we're just like, strong girl. Noelle, of course. Naturally.
Okay, fine. But don't forget to help me with my investigation like you promised. That's the only reason I agreed to come at all.
Huh? What investigation?
Naturally, I could never forget such a thing. My word is my bond. Relax, dear Paimon. All will be revealed in time.
Okay.
Are you sure that wasn't really an evil spirit?
Open your mind to all possibilities, and I'm sure you will find the answer.
I suppose that's true. Hey, wait a second. You're not planning on telling everyone here, are you?
Now, who's over here? Ah, NPC. Hello. Okay. I see, I see. Gotta get closer since all the NPCs, you know. Oh, we've got a little stage set up. Hello, Fiona.
Traveler in Paimon? I didn't expect to see you here.
Yeah.
Here to make drinks? That's right. I was specially asked to attend this event on behalf of the Cat's Tail, and I'm also here as a mixologist representing the Mondstadt wine industry. You're representing Mondstadt's wine industry? Oh, you must be hating every minute of it. Of course I hate it! But it's also a perfect chance to destroy the reputation of Mondstadt's wine business once and for all! Opportunities like this don't come around every day, you know.
Of course.
How do you figure that? All I need to do is add some gross ingredients to the drinks, and I can create the most disgusting concoctions imaginable! Nobody will ever buy wine from Mondstadt again.
You do remember that you're not good at adding bad ingredients, right?
Just you wait. I ain't about to mess this up.
You know what? I believe in you, kid.
Are you gonna write some poetry with us too? Poetry? I've heard plenty of bards sing in the tavern before, but I've never tried writing any myself. You should join in. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
Fine, if I have time.
of course. Noelle and Mika.
Mika! Noelle!
Oh, it's the Traveler in Paimon.
Hi.
Are you here for the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala as well?
We sure are.
You said that with a straight face? Is Paimon the only one who thinks it sounds weird?
Are you here as Mondstadt's representatives?
Representatives? No. Nothing fancy like that.
I will. I meant to grab Diona's and then I got distracted because I saw Noelle. Also, there's an ad happening. I'm just, as soon as I saw Mondstadt and Leah in I was like, I know, I'm gonna have the best time. I love them so much. All of them, every single one of them. And, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, whoever ends up being in the event, I'm gonna have a swell time. The fact that Lisa isn't here, it's truly heartbreaking. But, you know, maybe we'll see her later. Maybe. I'd love to see Jean Lisa on a little vacation. They deserve a getaway. Oh my goodness. Do you guys, when was that? Do y'all remember, like, forever ago when there was the, like, bartending event where we were mixing drinks and there were a bunch of characters that came into the angel share? And I remember Jean Lisa was there. But I also remember that Beidou and Ningguang went. And I think that if we got Beiguang there, we got Beiguang and we got Jean Lisa. We should get both again. Oh yeah, I also remember Drunk Eula. And I remember that Zhongli came and ordered tea at the bar. And apparently so did everyone else, since that was referenced at the lantern, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. I care so much about these countries. I'm having a wonderful time. It's just started, and I'm already doing great.
To help maintain order and set up the venue. But I didn't really do anything useful so far. Noelle brought all these tables and chairs here from Mondstadt by herself.
She carried all the tables and chairs all the way from Mondstadt.
That's just not true. Your efforts were indispensable. You selected the venue, drew up the layout, and so on. Also, you're the true knight here. I'm still in training. If anything, I should be addressing you as sir.
What? No.
Mika's like, whoa. No. Do not do that. Let's not do that.
These two could keep this up all day.
Anyway, Master Jean
Because
did
they
say
are
that
both
as long
little
as we keep
babies.
on top of our work, we should take a look around while we're here and get involved in the poetry gala as much as we can. But I haven't written much poetry before, so I'm not sure if I'll fit in.
You're
I
gonna do
actually
so
have the same
good.
concern.
You're both gonna do so good. There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, plus, you won't be alone. We're joining too. The Traveler's a really good writer, you know.
Really? In that case, we'll try our best too.
Perhaps the challenge of writing poetry is a rite of passage that all who wish to qualify as a knight must eventually face.
I don't think that's true.
But anyway, nobody's here now. See you soon.
But if that helps
Sure.
you, babe,
Maybe you
then
can teach
you
me a thing or two.
hold on to that.
Mika beat me to it. I was gonna ask for help too.
I'll help both of you. We'll write together.
What do you think the key to a good poem is, Mika? Do you have any idea?
Huh? I'm not too sure either. If I'd known we'd be doing this sooner, I would have asked Miss Lisa to recommend some books on the topic.
Now, should I try adding loach pearls or horse tails next? Oh, wait! Since we're in Liyue, I should add some Jueyun chilies. Nah.
The series of sounds. I love her so much. Alright, take part in the opening event. Woo. Honestly, yeah, what are they for?
Poems and melodies wandering the wind, wafting to pastures beyond their home. Two greedy fishies struggling to swim. They ate so much that they're starting to groan. Animal crystal fly draped in gold robes, a bright little light from that glazed lantern glows. Benches pinch the rice and scoot while the boars of the forest anxiously root. Welcome one and all to this festival of poetry, jointly organized by Lua and Mondstadt. Or, in full, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala. We're your hosts, Liyue's verse-monger of the darkest alleys, Hutao. And Mondstadt's liquor-loving lyricist, Venti the Bard.
Liquor-loving
Is to
lyricist.
promote friendly poetic exchanges between our two nations. So please, have fun, talk to other people, and make some new friends. If you're here, you're our guest, so please enjoy this poetry fest. I'd also like to reassure everyone that this event welcomes people of all skill levels, from first-time rhymers to seasoned songwriters. If you ask me, the most important thing you can bring to writing poetry is authenticity. That means reaching deep down to all the thoughts and feelings you usually hide away or struggle to express, and putting them into words, just right from the heart in whatever form you like. To help everyone really
Spoken
cut
like
loose
a
and
reassuring
enjoy the festival
Archon.
fullest, Venti
I
and
love-
have carefully prepared
I love
the
this.
3
I'm having a
themes
great time.
to be revealed over the course of 3 days. Let's get right to it. The first theme is Riddle Me This.
Solving riddles, huh? Interesting. It's actually a pretty good choice for a warm-up activity.
Whew. I'm glad they're not making us write sonnets or something right at the start.
Does everyone see the lanterns hanging around the venue? These have been specially prepared for the riddle game. Simply write down your riddle and hang it on a lantern. Then Venti and I will select a few to pose to the crowd, and you will try to solve them. We'll now give you some time to write down and hang up your riddles. Feel free to walk around and talk with the other contestants to get the creative juices flowing. And remember, whoever guesses the most riddles correctly will get a prize. And with that, the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala has officially begun.
Ooh. Okay. View the first poetry riddle in a moment.
We couldn't cajole Adeptus Chow in the end. He said he'd take a peek from the peaks, but that was all he'd agree to. It's a real shame. I had the perfect poem for his entrance and everything.
Of course.
That was a good little opening ceremony, wasn't it? Even if I do say so myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see what's on this lantern. A tender sigh for home, how far the flowers roam. A visitor asks me why, for a dream beyond the sky. Okay, someone from Liyue definitely wrote this one.
I just read that one too. Liyue's poems seem pretty difficult to grasp.
Dreams? Sky? Is it talking about some kind of bird?
So it means something like, this thing's really far from home. It's in a vast area, and it's flying really high. Is that it?
Pretty much. But what is this
You're
thing?
amazing, Paimon. Oh, it looks like I still have a lot of learning to do.
It's nothing, really. Once you've spent enough time in Liyue, you just sort of pick up on these things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Back when I was out with the Grandmaster on the expedition, I started picking up some local customs without even realizing it.
But back to the riddle. We still haven't actually solved it. What could it be talking about?
Something that flies high and far. Oh, that makes me think of dandelions.
Oh, that makes sense. And Mondstadters believe that dandelions can carry your
He
feelings on the
does.
wind.
I noticed that the first time they gave this angle earlier, and I was like, is this common knowledge? Have I just not seen... He's got pierced ears.
What do you think, Traveler?
I love that for him. I don't have any, I don't have a reason to love it. I just am so glad that it's true, you know? Maybe dandelion is the right answer.
Great. Then we'll have one answer ready to go when the game begins.
The important thing is that it's authentic.
Right, just like Venti said. As long as the interpretation makes sense and reflects our perception of the poem, then perhaps there are no wrong answers.
Yes.
Well, no matter what the real answer is, the guessing's all a part of the fun. Let's go look at the next one.
Oh yes, I want to see if there's any Mondstadt-style riddles.
Perhaps.
This one says, oh, this handwriting is just awful. I have 4 corners like a square pancake.
Xingqiu
but
might have written
I'm
it.
stuffed
I
and
feel like I
carefully
remember Xingqiu having bad handwriting.
I pass through the lips one piece at a time. The more you consume, the broader your mind. Oh, wow, Paimon's drooling from that one. Is there really a food that can make you smarter? Paimon's gotta try that.
Oh, Paimon, you have to look past the surface level meaning with riddles, or you'll fail to plumb their depths.
Huh? So have you got any ideas, Xingqiu?
Well,
Xingqiu just hung that riddle up a moment ago.
I knew it!
This is Xingqiu's riddle! You know, Paimon was expecting you to write something a little more...
It's a thing, though, in his... I don't remember if it's in his voice lines or his character stories or what, but I do know that he hates practicing calligraphy. He does not have good handwriting. I remember this. It's a core memory. I don't know why I remember this, but I was right. I'm correct. I just, yeah. Oh yeah, I know. This is just me being surprised I remembered that detail, but also it's a detail that I love. Like, I love that he's got bad handwriting. I think his whole thing is that he would rather be reading than practicing calligraphy. Because Of course he would. But also, he's a writer. He writes stories. They have to be legible. But he has shit handwriting. I just think about him sometimes.
This festival is about building friendship and mutual understanding. With so many friends from Mondstadt present, I thought I'd try writing something more accessible and less flowery, so that more people could enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
not
mean,
bad.
yeah.
So, buddy, does that mean you can tell your old pal Paimon the answer on the sly, or...
Not a chance. You'll have to wait for the answer to be revealed, just like everyone else.
Meanie.
If that's how you feel, why don't you try and stump me with a riddle of your own?
Maybe Paimon will. We'll see who stumps who. Traveler, you'll help Paimon come up with a riddle, right?
Gladly.
At least you're nice to Paimon.
Then I look forward to seeing the fruits of your literary labors.
Of course.
Prepare to get stumped. Even though Paimon said she'd write a riddle, Paimon really doesn't have any clue how. Let's start by reading a few more of other people's for inspiration. On four long legs, my slim body sits. I eat not a bite and drink not a sip. With a passionless face, I greet countless guests, whom I carry all day without needing to rest. Is this talking about some kind of animal?
All animals need to eat. The answer must be some other kind of object.
It's a chair.
Yeah. My thoughts exactly.
Diona, how did you guess it so quickly? Wait, were you the one who wrote it? No, of course I didn't write it. The answer just popped into my head.
She's like, no, I'm just not stupid.
The chairs get tired from working all the time, so they shouldn't use them to sharpen their claws. Oh, okay. So a riddle needs to have a bait and switch. Are you trying to write one? Yep, and thanks to you, Paimon's just thought of one. Maybe I should try to come up with one too. All right, Paimon's riddle is now hanging up. Diona, do you want to know the answer? Nah, no need. I don't really care about winning a prize. Oh, okay then. Well, looks like it's time to carry on with the event. We should regroup with the others. Sure, have fun.
You too, kiddo. Have fun trying to ruin an industry. Is this where Paimon put hers? What's got no wings but flies in the air, never gets tired of floating up there, so full of mora it comes at the nose, but in the sea, glug glug glug, down it goes. Is the answer to Paimon's riddle... Okay. Who knows? I guess.
Hey!
Yeah,
looks like
we'll find out.
everyone's about done mingling and riddling. Gather round and look this way. Venti and I have selected several riddles from everyone's contributions, and we added a few of our own to the mix for good measure. Shortly, we'll randomly select a few to read aloud. If your riddle gets selected, remember that you have to announce the correct answer at the end. Anyone who guesses correctly gets 1 point, and if nobody guesses correctly, the writer of the riddle gets a point. Sounds fair to me.
Of course, when the riddler reveals the right response, it only counts if everyone agrees that it's not too far-fetched.
That's right. Now, if there are no more questions, it's time to reveal the first riddle.
Hopefully they'll draw at least some that I can get. Oh no, does only the first person to solve it get the points? Ugh. That means I have to be first to raise my hand.
Well, probably,
Paimon.
kiddo.
Please choose
Because
one
once someone solved it, then anyone else who solves it would be...
Riddle number
Unless they don't
1.
confirm until the
Let
end.
me see here. Ugh. This riddle is, unique. Especially the handwriting. I have four corners, like a square pancake, but I'm stuffed and seasoned and carefully baked. I pass through the
More bad
books,
handwriting
one
Xingqiu
piece
content,
at
please.
a time. The more you consume, the broader your mind.
They drew Shinchos!
Better answer as quickly as you can. You don't want someone else beating you to it.
You! Oh, brat! It's, pizza! The answer is pizza!
The answer is most certainly not pizza.
Without the author coming forward, I can confidently declare this answer wrong. I mean, how does eating pizza broaden your mind?
Think about it, Paimon.
While I'm no expert in exotic dishes, if I'm not mistaken, pizza is round, is it not? Like mora meat?
But eating pizza makes you happy, and being happy makes it easier to...
That could apply to any food, Paimon.
So...
No.
Okay, Paimon admits she may have jumped the gun on this. Maybe it's some other kind of food. No. Riddles are never that simple, and it needs to be something that makes people more intelligent.
Pretty sure the answer is going to be something like a book.
If Paimon had known it was gonna be this tough, she'd have read more books in her time.
Paimon.
What is it? Have you got it?
Well, would you look at that? Books.
Huh?
They're square. They've got lots of big words baked into them. And every big word that passes through your lips as you read it out makes you smarter.
Oh, gotcha! Books! The answer is books!
That was quicker than I expected. I was quite proud of that one. Oh, it appears the riddle writer has announced the answer. Okay, 1 point to Paimon.
Huh? So the answer was books? Oh, how did I not get that? Come on, Mika. Concentrate.
We're awesome at this! Oh, what Paimon meant to say was that you're awesome at this. Thanks for the point, Traveler.
Uh-huh.
On to riddle number 2.
I gotta get in there first this time.
Oh, Mika.
High above the wispy clouds, amidst the gloomy, snow-filled shroud, standing alone on an icy stage, beneath it every lowly sage. Looks like a poem from Leela. Oh, it's...
I got it!
Looks like those two have some ideas. Could it be some kind of plant that lives in cold, high places? Mika, please go ahead. As a full knight of Favonius, you represent all of us from Mondstadt here.
No, how could I? It was you who thought of it first. You should be the one to guess.
My answer isn't necessarily correct. Besides, it's first come, first served, and you beat me to it.
No, I didn't. You were just before me.
These two.
How gracious and considerate our fellow competitors are towards each other. A wonderful sight to see.
He's like, oh, my
Now,
sweet
both of
children.
you say your answer at the same time. If you're both right, you'll each get a point.
Whoops, I didn't realize we'd made such a scene.
Oh, crud. I guess we dragged that out a bit.
Father of Mondstadt over here.
So, Noelle, what do you say?
Yes, let's. Our answer is...
Are they gonna say the same thing or different things?
Cecilia.
Oh, that certainly sounds like a good candidate for the correct answer. A flower that blooms on the highest peaks and known for its exquisite beauty. The Cecilia is held by many Mondstadters to be the true Windbloom. Although, since the writer hasn't yet come forward
I
to
did
announce
choose.
the answer, this
I think I chose the
probably
Cecilia
wasn't the
as the
answer they were
Windbloom.
looking
It was
for.
either the Cecilia
Sorry.
or the
Any other
Dandelion.
answers?
That was a
I
whole
can't
ordeal the
believe I
first
was
time
wrong.
around.
Maybe it's a plant from Liyue.
Is the answer Qingshin? The poem does evoke a strong sense of quiet, proud solitude in a high place.
Correct. I wrote this one. Qingshin is the right answer.
That makes sense.
No! Shinjo got it before Paimon could.
So the second part is long.
However, after
Okay.
listening to the host's description, I do remember reading about Cecilia flowers in a book once. They definitely fit the description of a pure flower standing proudly and alone on high. So, I'd like to approve the answer from our two friends from Mondstadt as well.
Really? Oh, thank you so much. Well, since even the Riddler themselves agrees, all three contestants earn a point each.
Darn it! Shinjo's caught up to Paimon already!
We're only just getting started. It's just one measly point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Moving now to our third riddle. Huh? Why is the handwriting so floaty? What's got no wings but flies in the air, never gets tired of floating up there, so full of mora it comes out the nose, but in the sea, glug glug glug, down it goes.
That's Paimon's! They picked Paimon's riddle! Yay! What is it? Why isn't anyone guessing? Is Paimon's riddle too hard?
That's not quite it. More like, it's so ludicrously simple that we just cannot believe it.
What? No way! Well, go on then. Tell us the answer if you're so sure.
The answer is Paimon.
What?
It's Paimon.
It's Paimon.
I was actually gonna say Paimon too.
Me too.
No! You're all completely wrong! How the heck did you all think the answer was Paimon?
Paimon, do you have wings behind your back?
No.
You're always floating, but you never seem to get tired of it.
And Paimon has a very healthy appetite, which must cost the traveler a lot of mora and meal expenses.
I've heard from the senior knights that the traveler rescued Paimon by fishing her out of the sea. So, that means Paimon can't swim. So if she fell in the sea, then...
Glug, glug, glug. Wait. Now Paimon's doubting herself. What was the answer again?
Think about it for a second.
No! You're all wrong.
I knew it was the Jade Chamber, which is the funny thing.
You know, the Jade Chamber that's always flying up there in the sky?
Because at first I was like, is the answer to this Paimon? And then I was like, no, the answer to this is supposed to be Paimon. But the answer's probably something like the Jade Chamber. And I just, so glad that both of my thoughts were 100% represented here.
Is that so? I still maintain that the riddle actually describes Paimon more accurately. In fact, if we just added 2 more lines to the poem, it would be the perfect riddle.
Huh? What do you want to add?
The traveler's companion and talkative guide, a praiseworthy presence always by their side.
Aw, do you mean it? Can we really add that part?
We could add that part.
You think so cute?
Venti and Hu Tao.
I would like to announce that the correct answer to the question is the widely adored Paimon!
Great! And with that, the widely adored Paimon has gifted a point each to everyone who answered just now.
lot of fun. And even though Paimon didn't manage to beat Shinto, Paimon still feels like she got a little smarter.
I mean, to be fair, he couldn't solve your riddle.
He was investigating something before? Let's go ask him about it.
We should. Definitely. Is there anyone? Are they? Is everyone we're supposed to talk to over here? Yes.
Hey, you two!
Oh? Hi, Paimon. You know, for a moment there, I was worried I might lose to you.
Oh, are you collecting your prize right now?
I am indeed. Though, if you really want it, I'd be more than happy to give it to you.
Seriously? Wow, what is it?
A most generous donation by yours truly as director of the funeral parlor. Namely, a buy one, get one free coupon for our high-end customized service package. It's a pleasant surprise to learn you're so interested in it, Paimon.
Nope, nuh-uh, no thank you, hard pass, you can keep it.
Are you sure? In that case, I'll gladly take it.
The only person in this little group who 100% gets and rolls
On-demand collection service.
with Rita's sense of humor.
There. With any luck, we'll still show up even if you're unable to call.
So,
It's Xingqiu. He's so unfazed.
What do you mean we? Changyun's the one Paimon's looking for, not you. Wasn't he saying something about needing help?
Oh, yeah. That.
Yeah, that.
Put it in riddle form.
Huh?
I'd prefer you didn't.
'Twas like a demon not demonic, or devil devoid of the diabolic. Afar it floated free above the ground, but when approached, though sought, naught could be found.
Because he's also a stinker. Exactly.
Sounds to me
They're
like
both
he
so
encountered
stinky.
a
I love
ghastly
them
little
so
ghost
much.
in the wild.
Perhaps I should just explain it. Basically, while I was training this morning, I suddenly caught sight of a non-human entity. It was floating in the air without any kind of external aid, and its body was almost transparent. At first I thought I'd finally encountered a demon that wasn't repelled by my pure yang spirit, and immediately prepared to exorcise it. But none of my
Literally.
methods had any effect on it. And when I went to try and get a closer look at it, and tried to ascertain what I was dealing with, it disappeared into thin air.
You're sure it's not a ghost or spirit of some kind?
If it was, it would have
I
been
could
like.
sense that it had a physical body. And if it were a spirit, I'm sure it would have been scared away long before I saw it. It's all my fault. I got overexcited, and in my haste, I didn't ascertain its true nature before taking action. Thinking back on it, if it wasn't an evil spirit, maybe I offended some kind of adeptus, or illuminated beast.
You shouldn't blame yourself. It was something you'd never seen before. Anyone else would have reacted the same way. Besides, we're making up for it now by doing our best to find out the truth.
Any thoughts, Venti? Have you managed to untangle Chongyun's twisted tail?
Why don't you take a guess first, Tutao?
Oh, that means you have.
I can't be absolutely certain, but I'm reasonably sure it's not what Liyue would call an evil spirit or demon. So whatever it is, it's not dangerous. How about this? We can incorporate a search element into tomorrow's poetry activity.
Oh, does that mean we get to play outside while we write poetry?
Close, but no. Good ideas could just pop into your head out of thin air, but if you ask me, everyone should relax tonight and get a good rest before tomorrow.
You say that, but your gaze keeps drifting over towards the wine stand.
Focus, Barbados. All right. Part 1 done. Woo! He's so cute. I love him so much. I love him so much. I and of course there's like the mini quests, but okay. But we'll worry about those later. Are those they're at the inn. Okay. Wait until the next day. Oh, perfect. Okay. In between parts, I have to pee again. Sorry. um, so we shall continue momentarily. Okay. We are back. And I've also grabbed myself a snack. Let's fast forward in time. Also, I don't know how long ago that was, but have a good night, Saito. Get some good rest and all of that.
Wow, everyone got here so early.
The sun is shining bright today. As soon as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme.
The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala is pairing couplets.
Pairing couplets. Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules. Kind of like a fill-in-the-blanks game, but for poetry.
Exactly.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky and the boundless land, forest borers and ocean shrimp, lavender melons and matsutake shrooms. Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or
Yeah.
as long as you take inspiration from the wide world around you, you'll find it's not so difficult after all. The two lines should be neatly matched, complementing each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most other forms of poetry.
Yeah.
Follow your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails. We've added an additional component, an inspiration walk.
An inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery and pocketing.
So did they
poetic
just
thoughts.
like not like okay. I don't know why the text said a nature walk or a nature tour while he said inspiration walk, but
Of course, to all our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the only one with a smile on my face.
In short, please roam freely as the mood takes you. Enjoy the spectacular scenery of our two beautiful nations and fill your imaginations with the most pleasing of poetry. We will all reconvene here tonight. Traveler, can you round up Singcho, Chongyun, and the Mondstadt contingent? I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
of course, naturally.
Thanks. I'm counting on you.
Love you.
So, we hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're out on your inspiration walk.
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into, and now we're imposing my business on everyone else.
We love
Please
you.
don't say that, Mr. Chongyun.
We want to
Mr.
help.
Jean ordered us to work with you however we can to improve cooperation.
Teamwork makes the
Helping
dream
each
work.
other out is exactly what we're here for.
Exactly.
Besides, investigating any strange occurrences near Mondstadt and making a report to the Knights of Favonius is also part of our job. I don't mind either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too. Just think of it
Compared
like
to
outing with friends.
every other autistic person in this bunch. No need to feel bad.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their willingness to help.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
Now, how about we split into two groups for the day?
You mean to cover more ground?
Not just that. Don't forget, this is still part of the Poetry Gala. If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
So true.
That's true. But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
Yeah! That'll make things even more fun!
Yeah.
What? But what if I end up with the Liyue crowd? And I can't think of anything to say to them.
Oh, don't worry about
Got
that.
slips of paper here. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first!
Okay, so Iona and Chongyun in one group, and Xingqiu, Mika, and Noelle in the other.
What a relief. At least I'll have Noelle with me.
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Oh, I don't think that won't be.
I also await your guidance.
No need to be so formal, man. Taking a stroll, that's the plan. Are these lines supposed to rhyme like that?
Take care, everyone. See you all tonight.
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then let's get going. Dun,
Woo!
dun, dun, come on.
Are those ears and tail real? So fluffy.
He's like, oh my god, she's adorable.
Iona?
She's
Someplace
an
we take
adorable
her like
little
to go?
baby.
Just go
She's
ahead.
adorable.
Since we're trying to find that thing
That's
we
my
found,
that's
I
my
don't know what
Chongyun
place
to
is
Cecil
last time.
translator of that line. Let's go get inspired. Lead the way, Captain Chongyun.
Captain? Hey, quit messing around.
Love you. Ciao. Off we go. Okay, so we're going back in the direction of the inn. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Toulouse asked me to pet them today. It's very rare for them to do it, but basically they'll like reach out with their paw and they'll like tap me. You know, if I'm on a chair, they'll tap my leg. If they're on the couch with me, they'll tap my arm. But of course, they did this while I was petting Oliver, so you know, it made sense. But then they adjusted so they were standing with their foot like in Oliver's spleen. Like they were fully standing on him. And I'm like, dude, you have gotta not crush him. Those are his organs. I was able to get them off of him, but it was really funny. And speaking of Toulouse, they are crunching on some food right now. Alright. Wait. Hang on. This is not at all. Okay. It was not routing to the correct quest. It's fine, it's just another load screen. I could have just swam across the river at that point, but... Yeah. You know, that frame rate leads me to believe it didn't even actually touch me. Just saying. No proof. Give me my 108 HP back. Or however many that was.
Right over there, next to the water. That's where I saw it. But it was a little foggy at the time, so I didn't get a clear look.
The view from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere around here. Is this the kind of place you like to take a walk?
I wasn't taking a walk. I come here to train.
Train? Like how knights train for combat?
Kind of.
It's a bit different. As an exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
I've always wanted to demonstrate the power of exorcism, but it's a pity. I've never actually gotten the chance.
Chongyun is 1 in a million. He has pure yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil
He's
spirits
literally
run and
too
hide.
good.
Huh? Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
Your physical constitution is far rarer than the techniques still passed down by exorcists today. You should treasure it.
Conqueror of demons.
Is that a friend of yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an adeptus of Liyue. An adeptus? Wow, I've never seen one of those before. Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
Just call me Shao.
So, are you here to train too? Or are you out for an inspiration walk?
When I heard about the exorcist's encounter, my suspicions were roused. That's why I'm here. I've already informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag even the Conqueror of Demons into this.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was no evil spirit, or perhaps it already left.
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
Wait. Everybody here is attuned to the elements in some way, shape, or form, so your karma won't affect us. Come take an inspiration walk with us.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you don't need to worry.
But
Please, we love you so much.
I would also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Xiao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions about exorcising evil spirits that I would like to ask you.
Yeah. Please.
fine.
Seems like this Adeptus is pretty shy. Or maybe all the Adepti in Liyue are
Yeah.
like this.
I mean, I think after, like, enough exposure, it might, but no, his karma does not affect them. And it's referred to as his karma. If that's the part you are questioning, I don't know how to explain why it's called his karma, just that that's what it's called. But it's like, okay, so it's like, because he, like the other, adepti in his group that I'm suddenly forgetting the name of, their job was to protect Liyue from the spirits of the stinker group, the dead evil gods that Morax had struck down during the Archon War. And in defeating their spirits and being around their spirits so much, they basically took on like a dark energy that slowly poisoned them. And it's contagious. But people who are attuned to the elements have a stronger constitution against it. Yeah, that sounds right. I think that's a TLDR. He's not really Well, no, this one is shy. The others aren't shy. They're just not social.
Team Changyun has a new member! Yay!
Yeah.
What? When did this become my team? Now that Adeptus Xiao is joining us, if anyone's team leader, it should be...
Don't overthink it. Diona, didn't you say you wanted to find some new ingredients? Yeah, I don't get to come to Liyue very often, so I want to gather some new ingredients while I'm here. I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire. Is that true? I'm gonna mix them into my drinks and give it a try.
Uh-huh. Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste very good.
That's the idea.
Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch of them.
What the...
Oh, Changyun. That you could ever know.
As well as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
Are those really fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like something Xiangling would make.
Ah, yes. Here we go. Oh my gosh, we get everybody as a... Wait. Oh, they didn't make me use him as a trial because he's at... Wait, hold on. I don't know why they didn't make me use him as a trial, actually. All C3.
Okay, this should be enough.
Or maybe they didn't make me use him as a trial because I have C6 Chongyun, but I have C6 Diona.
Making alcoholic drinks available.
Or maybe they just didn't label it that way. I don't know.
What? No, never! I hate alcohol! When grown-ups drink too much, they get that stupid drunk look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even respond properly. Sometimes, they just sleep on the floor all night. Alcohol is the root of all kinds of evil. So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world and show everyone just how awful alcohol really is. Nothing can stand in my way. If it means coming out to Liyue every day to pick fresh Jueyun chilies, then so be it.
If you want to turn people off to alcohol, you should just give them a warm beer.
Yeah, because all my previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep praising my drinks. It makes me furious!
How is that possible? If this is the kind of stuff you're throwing into their drinks, it must taste absolutely vile. Surely.
Are you calling me a liar?
Xiao is just like, aw,
Believe me, I'll fix
I like
this
her.
drink right now. Then you'll see.
Huh? No need.
Just you wait.
Oh no. Is she really going to add those Jueyun chilies?
If her claims are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some kind.
I don't see how it could have anything to do with her. Unless she's under the influence of some kind of power? Maybe an evil spirit.
Babe.
I sense no trace of the demonic in her. Although there are traces of something else. Something rather special. In Liyue, we might say this child has adeptal affinity.
It's ready. Here, I made one for Xiao too.
Oh boy. Look at that color. She definitely added Jueyun chilies.
What's wrong? You're not allergic to anything, are you? Don't worry, there isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base with a seasoning of Jueyun chilies and finished with frog legs.
Surely there's no way this can possibly taste good.
Don't force yourselves. Xiao is like, Whatever. What's it gonna do? Kill me?
Xiao downed it in a
Sweet release of death? Oh boy.
Oh, great. If the Conqueror of Demons drank it, it'd be rude of me to refuse. Oh.
Changyan drank his too. Is he gonna be okay?
I think we all know the answer
Drink
to that.
is
Delicious.
Did he?
It does have a touch of Jueyun chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks Xingqiu makes to mess with me.
We have an ad, but the sparkles in his eyes. It's like I knew that was how that was gonna go, and yet. This is the first time Chongyun has ever had Jueyun chilies without there's yeah. I really do wonder about the Ketzelein bloodline in Mondstadt. I wonder if we'll ever get info on that. And I know that Xiao just like the Ketzelein, that's all the that would be all of the cat people in Mondstadt. So like Diona and her dad and some of the other hunters. Yeah. Because Xiao just compared it to, or at least compared Diona's vibe to being Adeptus adjacent, which makes me wonder if we're gonna explore, like, you know, the actual bloodline stuff.
It's crisp and refreshing, with just a hint of numbness, and the Jueyun chili flavor combines with the smooth but not slimy texture of the frog legs to form a heavenly mixture. And oh, the slimes. Can we talk about the slimes? Before this, I never knew that they had such a pure and herby taste, like fresh grass after the rain. The power and purity of nature distilled into a cup. Amazing! Simply unbelievable!
That's right. Slimes are absolutely sublime. Oh, I failed again.
Well,
Wait, what's gotten into Chongyun?
I don't know.
So
I mean,
until now.
I know that some of the ones in Inazuma are yokai, which is like, which, I mean, I would say that the parallels between the yokai and the adepti are, you know, supposed to be there. I don't know about, like, you know, I don't know. I'd love to know more. I'd love to actually, you know, like, why are there just some random cat girls and dog boys? Well, there's Yae Miko, and the, Kirara. Kirara is a yokai. Those two for sure. Kirara is Catgirl. She's like the newest Inazuma character. The Catgirl mail carrier. Are you okay?
I'm great, and I gotta try another. Diona, if you please, one more.
Let's not overload. Oh, yokai.
Oh. Okay. I think I've calmed down a bit.
Yokai is like an overarching term to like encompass all of the like mystical spirit beings. Um, the specific type of yokai that Miko is a kitsune, which is a fox yokai. Um, but yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't believe I let you all see me like that.
It's fine. My fault for not checking your spice tolerance first. Oh, looks like this pure yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about your drinks.
I don't know
Who'd have
then.
thought it? Diona and Changyun are actually kind of similar.
Hmm?
Xiao? What's wrong?
Look over there.
You mean the leaf?
Something's written on it.
What? You can see that from over here?
He's an Adeptus Paimon. Let's grab it and take a look.
Yeah, or it'll get swept away.
Yeah. Pick up fallen leaf.
There's a poem written on it. The Conqueror of Demons has truly amazing vision.
Let Paimon see.
The sky that night blossomed with flowers, the stars that night hummed like bees, in search of nectar and of dreams, and we that night were as new as the dew, under moonlight, flowing like silk and honey, our words sweet as we sat by the spring. But I turned and left you alone, this poem in my heart left unspoken. And since then the stars do not twinkle, the moon is ice cold. I hide them neath the water, but your tears fall and find them.
It sounds like the author is writing about the first time they met their true love.
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Why write a poem on a fallen leaf? The flowing waters are ruthless. They carry the leaves away with the current. This poem would likely have vanished into the void had we not found it. It makes no sense to me.
Sometimes people write poems simply to express themselves. It doesn't matter if anyone else reads it.
That's true. I've heard Singcho say something similar before. When there's things that you're unable to say, or just never had the chance to say before it was too late, if it can be put on paper, it can be expressed as poetry.
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little. So,
When you were little?
oh, it was probably hoping that someone would read it, right?
Past tense, Diona?
Then, should we write
You're
a poem
still a
every time?
baby.
But we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
Why not go upstream?
Upstream? Why?
The ink looks fresh. It can't have been written too long ago. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel further upstream and drop a leaf into the same waters, it should be carried down past the original writer.
Cool! Aw, this is so romantic! Communicating with a mystery person using poems on fallen leaves! But how do we make sure that they'll receive it?
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Surely at least one of our leaves will find a path.
Either way, it's our only option.
Then let's make like a tree and head upstream!
Yeah. Oh. That is. Oh, good. It's sending us to my favorite teleport point. I already finished writing it, apparently. Amidst the dark, fireflies aglow, pebbles unmoved by the stream's flow. If words yet remain, and love holds to the last, against the world can the small stand fast. In honeyed moonlight, may you once more bask. Aww.
Great! Now give it here, and Paimon will toss it into the water.
This was a great suggestion, Xiao. Seems like the idea of getting involved has grown on you. Hey? Huh? You having fun? Do you like hanging out with us? Are we buddies? Are we pals?
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard.
Maybe you should try writing a poem as well.
I have little talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
The leaf's in the water. Look, it's like a little boat. Merrily, merrily down the stream. Life is but a dream.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets dark.
Okay, let's go! Uh-huh. What's this? You two having a private chat?
We have a private chat
No,
the second
it's
that
nothing.
people stop paying attention to
I
us
just
every
hope
time.
this isn't all in vain.
Yes. I have utilized that website before for something, and I don't remember what it was, but I've utilized it. Probably just me reading up on regional folklore because I love folklore of all
The scenery here is
of
quite
all regions.
beautiful.
I like learning.
Let's pause here
I am
to seek some
autistic.
inspiration.
Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for all that.
Okay. Well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe, and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out in the wild.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated? They're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here? In that case,
No,
I'll conduct
but you know.
reconnaissance with Mika.
Huh? Oh, okay then. Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk. Should I mention the scenery? The weather?
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
So, Singcho, do you, go on inspiration walks often, or
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home, so I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh, over there, firewood.
Time to act.
Over where? Do we have to...
Rain outlines your fate.
Engaging. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Leave the wounded to me.
Witness the power. Go.
Woo. want to look. They have him on the Favonius Lance. That makes sense. And on Noblesse. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, yeah. I was like, really? This is where we're gonna have to do this? Okay. Why not?
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent lunch.
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was in charge of surveying and mapping.
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel. Charging across the world, sword in hand.
What? No, I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy,
it's an interesting
always
choice.
Leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's in his heart. As long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
That all sounded pretty profound. Oh, I've never even thought about any of that before.
Hello? Are you okay? Maybe we should return, lest Noelle be forced to wait on us.
Oh, sure.
Alright. Back to Noelle.
Time to act. Body and mind.
But you're back! Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No need, thanks. All clear. There's no danger in the vicinity. Noelle, your cooking is amazing. Every single dish is so tasty.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
Well, that's a bit long term.
Sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
So, just don't get caught.
Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well,
just don't get caught.
What it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a hero too, Noelle.
Huh? Me?
You're always.
I love that Noelle pose.
Not only that, but whenever we're out training, you help out the citizens of Mondstadt. Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with a single blow.
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and incredible martial prowess.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
Miss Hu Tao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts. But so far, all we've done is gather some firewood and cook lunch. I have no idea what to write.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade. Observing silk, so bright and beautiful, one pauses to consider whether it ever feels the sadness and sorrow.
Literally.
it brings you.
Why can't she pass the exam?
With the external one?
Let my girl be a knight.
But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by sorrows that even the rushing waters below cannot wash away.
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. She wrote one of the riddles we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
Literally. I've already reached far too many conclusions in this story, but I'm keeping my mouth shut because I still don't want to be wrong. You know what I mean?
Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday. Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Kelly Rowe.
So, Miss Caliroy, are you from Fontaine?
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate. It looked fun, so I thought I'd drop in.
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before?
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels. Amazing! So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration from the flowing current beneath your feet?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calming. I stopped for a moment and lost myself in admiring it.
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue for tonight's festivities? It's getting late after all.
Huh? Are you sure?
Join us.
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
Well, I'd personally like to hear Miss Callie Rowe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something. Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
Back to the venue.
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on! Let's hurry!
Alas.
We're not too late, are we?
We kind of went on a detour.
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2. Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet.
You know,
We made it!
that is the question. She made the tent because, it was what she felt was the correct thing to do at that moment. Because it is Noelle. She had to flex, exactly. Since when do you get tired from flying?
Hana gets tired if she has to fly too fast.
Uh-huh.
Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up. Sounds like someone needs to exercise more. Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate while you were out?
Indeed. This is Kelly Rowe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got! Wait. Chow? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Oh, come on out!
Now that we've all recouped, let's... Huh. Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host.
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night. But Director Hootal's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
Dakota, could you
But
please be
if it's
careful?
really necessary. We're already on day 2 of the festival. The opening ceremony is over.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Director whose manner is as exuberant as...
Yeah!
It always makes quite an impression.
Oh boy! Now this is a surprise.
This is what I deserve.
I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli? He seems like somebody very important.
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge.
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhongli, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert, and so we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry.
A few
You
lines.
consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own compositions.
A few lines, he says.
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you seemed nervous. Just focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Equal numbers on both sides.
Huh? Are you counting me too?
Join us. It'll be fun.
Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
Of course, kiddo.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage. Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hootal, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
Naturally.
Right?
The more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the chance to enjoy it like the rest of us.
Then it's settled. Everyone else in the audience, feel free to join in too and support your favorite team.
So,
Me. Shall I keep track of the score?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhongli?
I concur, Director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic conventions. Since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Couldn't have
leave it
asked
to the
for a
2
better
oldest
judge.
gods to have
Zhongli
comforting
said
words,
everything
you
I
know?
was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the baton to Venti.
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
They're literally just standing next to each other. That is all that is happening. And I'm vibrating. I'm shaking. I'm gonna buzz right out of my skin.
Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh, he seems like a real expert at this.
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion? Or are they too similar for a couplet? Oh, this is difficult.
Shinue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past. Ah! Maybe where I was training that one time. That was quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day. Okay, I got something. Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
Wow! Changyun completed the couplet!
Shinue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. I guess I just got lucky. Alright then. I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun. Flesh confined to Qingse. Spirit striding high on Zheyun's clouds.
Oh, Changyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
Oh! Soul shines like jade stone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk. I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup? What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet? No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst. Maybe because I mixed a similar drink recently.
Got it.
North beyond the Starfell Lake, south across the windswept plains. Just
Oh my
for berry
goodness.
squeezed and mint infused.
No wonder
We love to
everyone
see
praises
it.
the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
You say that like you don't know who I am. Thanks, Diana.
Hey now, Zhongli. Don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat.
Then allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
The Xin part of Qingxing means heart, but the flower itself has no heart. Apparently we've got it.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, what is the link between Sweet Dream and Qingxin?
Sweet Dream is a type of dessert.
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're amazing!
Actually, we sleep peacefully at night because Xiao is there to protect everyone.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. And if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go nuts!
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this one for me, Hu Tao? Round moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate with circle of friends.
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice, decorate with cuboids of meat.
Huh? What the?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole. The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a pointer now.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Ahem. Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in two styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lots. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pots.
Huh?
So that's a pedant's couplet. I don't think she can do that too. I thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Baron Bunny. Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
Huh?
What are you doing here? I mean, you're just some guy, but like...
Fashion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically one word too long.
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this Mondstadter's got talent.
Well, this is kind of
I'm so relieved. I at least managed
culturally referential for us.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs.
Wow, Noelle came up with another one. Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it.
Why don't you try, Paimon?
Do you really think Paimon has what it takes?
Match each word one by one, and you'll be fine.
Fine, Paimon will give it a whirl. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm.
You know, it fits. It makes sense, and it's so true.
What? Really?
I
Yes, very
love
good.
and hate beating up
The
Eyes of
image
the Storm.
challenging, powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear them never knew Leo's couplet poetry was so much fun. You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon never could have thought of that.
Calira?
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay?
Kelly
Look like
Roy,
you're
there
getting
we go.
tired.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks
They
for
are
asking.
cute shoes.
Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask. Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
Yes.
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy.
Yep.
Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a
Yes, it
foreign
is.
land. The
That
boy
sure
told
is
his
the
heart
story.
and she listened to his stories.
Uh-huh.
Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was afraid that making a promise to him would ultimately end in tragedy.
And
so,
that's that old man.
I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her. In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again. Oh, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man. But he never stopped believing that the fairy was real and not just a dream.
Yep.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
And it's...
So, what do you guys think of the spring fairy in the story?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again if she ever had another chance? Now? But isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets? Oh, sorry. Oh, maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
If he's...
was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of his life, right? I see.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is
Dude, you're
freestyle
literally the
poetry.
god of poetry. I mean,
Do
maybe not
we have to
literally,
share
but like
our
you
own
basically are.
poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
Of course.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry exactly?
It really would be.
It's as free as the winds that blow, and there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels, or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon. Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you write. Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you tomorrow.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah. It's short, it's sweet. I'm having a great time. I'm obviously having a great time.
Huh? Looks like we're a few people short today.
There's Venti,
Morning,
there's
friends.
Zhongli,
Sincho said
there's
he wants to take
Mondstadt
some
and
time to
Liga.
focus on writing poems,
There's
so he'll
references
join
to
us
the
later.
to the fairy of
Noelle has other
Springvale.
plans today, so she asked me to tell everyone not to wait up for her.
Okay, well, never mind. What about Callie Roy, though? She said she'd be here. I got here really early, but I haven't seen her yet.
Are you talking about the girl with the blue hair? I saw her on the bridge near Dihua Marsh during my morning training. She looked a little upset, so I didn't want to disturb her.
Upset? Oh no, what should we do? Was it something we said last night? Oh, Paimon's worried.
We should go find her.
I agree. If she's run into some kind of trouble, I'd like to help her.
Huh? You're all going? Then I'm coming too.
Shall we start with the bridge? We're all here a little early, so there should be time.
Good idea. We'll be back in a jiffy.
Dakota, please be careful.
Oh, so this is the place? We ran into her here yesterday, too. She looked like something was weighing on her mind then as well.
It's also not far from where we were dropping those leaves.
Huh. Leaves?
Oh, right. We were so busy matching couplets we forgot to mention.
Interesting. I wonder, could Miss Callie Roy have been the one who wrote that poem on the leaf?
Probably.
What makes you say that?
Oh, sorry. Nothing. Well, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, I guess. It's just, that poem on the leaf kinda gave me the same feeling as when I saw her yesterday. So much sadness.
Now that you mention it, this is upstream from where we found the poem.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look! Over there! Another leaf! Wow, you're right! And this one has writing on it too! After that leaf!
Wait, hold on. There's a geosigil thingy behind us that I somehow haven't gotten. Okay.
stopped.
No! We finally caught it.
Are the words still legible, or have they been washed out?
Looks like the ink's intact. Let Paimon take a look at what it says.
The desire remains, but the time is past. The boy by the spring grows frail too fast. But when dreams flow to fruition, where streams join the sea, we'll journey on in endless reverie.
Huh? This is related to the poem we wrote in reply yesterday. She must have picked up one of our leaves. Spring. Young boy. It's looking a lot like Callie Roe was the one who wrote this. She seems to care a lot about that story, huh? Actually, when Paimon first saw her, Paimon was wondering, do you think... is it possible that she's,
Let's just focus on finding her first.
Based on the current and accounting for wind strength, everyone, please follow me.
Oh, wait. I could not see those numbers very well.
This should be far enough upstream. Let's split up and search the area.
Callie Roe! Callie Roe! Ah! She's surrounded by hilly churls! Let's go save her!
This is long overdue.
Wipe out!
Inazuma shines eternal.
Go! Callie Roe, are you okay? What's that? It's a huge water droplet.
This is exactly what I saw the other day.
Callie Roe?
Huh? Why are you all looking at me like that? Oh no, my body, is it?
Right.
That voice is definitely Callie Roy's.
How did this happen? Please wait a moment. Oh no, did I use up too much energy?
How did you... What's going on here? Miss Callie Roe, are you some kind of adeptus?
No, I'm so sorry for deceiving you all for so long. Actually, I'm an Oceanid who flowed here from Fontaine long ago.
What's an Oceanid?
Ah, the Grandmaster has mentioned them before. The Oceanids were the familiars of the former Hydro Archon. They all fled Fontaine after the Archon died and settled across the world.
That's correct. Though, to tell you the truth, I can't even completely recall how I found myself here. I have a vague impression of my ancestral home, but I can't recall clearly anything I saw on my journey. All I know is that by the time I arrived in Mondstadt, I had lost most of my power and couldn't even sustain a physical form. Eventually, I settled in a place called Springvale, where I slowly began to regain my power. Springvale is a serene and beautiful place. The water that flows through there is clear and pure, just like the hearts of the people who dwell there.
So you're the Spring Fairy of Springvale?
Yes, Diona, and I remember you too, you know. When you were little, you often came to the spring at night to speak with me.
Really? You're not messing with me, are ya?
I always thought that was just a local legend.
Your favorite little pillow, the fish one? Its name is Bubbles, is it not?
Yep! All those childhood memories. So they weren't just a dream. So, if this is true, then all those things written on the leaves...
The boy by the spring grows old and frail.
I see. So you were the ones who found my leaf. Well, you are correct. The Spring Fairy and Heart of Clear Springs is me.
No wonder you were asking us so many questions about it. So, the boy from the story...
is Finch. I always loved listening to people's dreams, and still do to this day. Whether they're beautiful, sad, or filled with emotions I couldn't understand at the time. One night, a little boy came to the spring. The tears that fell from his face were more fragile than a moonbeam, and purer than the morning dew. I like humans, and wanted to understand them better. I also wanted to make sense of the feelings contained in his tears that were, then, a mystery to me.
So you became friends.
Yes. We often met under the stars, sharing our stories with one another. Sometimes, we'd stay up all night and see who would hear the first bird chirping from the boughs, or the first cicada of summer.
Aw, that sounds lovely.
But one day, just like the book says, I saw an emotion in Finch's eyes that I couldn't reciprocate. I felt out of my depth, in uncharted waters. But I knew all too well that we Lockfolk face a very different fate from that of humans. Whatever was happening, I didn't want it to lead to Finch writing a chapter of his life that he would later come to regret. So, I fled, and never appeared before him again.
Oh, Caliroe.
My strength returns very slowly, and even after decades, I can only sustain a physical form for a very short time. I once hoped that Finch would be able to move on, and meet me when the stars in the night sky have all gone out. But after seeing so many people's stories, and hearing about all their dreams, I have gradually come to understand Finch's heart. This feeling of wanting to respond to his feelings is surging relentlessly in my chest, and I can no longer restrain it. But I'm also scared. Scared that if I go and see him now, I'll bring nothing but disappointment, and even more pain when it comes time to part.
We have been hit with an ad. But yeah, this is pretty much what I was anticipating, and I love that.
Let's go see him.
Huh?
I know Grandpa Finch, and he's a really kind person. When I was struggling to learn how to draw maps, he was always encouraging me, telling me not to give up, always keep trying, and get out there and have some adventures. He often tells me stories about his past, but I've never once seen a look of regret or sadness in his face. And even though Grandpa Finch loves adventures, he still stands there by the spring, every day, as if he's waiting for something. I believe that he's serious about his feelings for you, Miss Callie-Roe. He's never stopped hoping that he'll see you again one day. So if you want to see him too, then what are you waiting for?
That was great, Tamika.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit too excited and I just thought, well, it just sort of came out.
I understand. That settles it. I've decided. I will go back and see Finch.
You will? Amazing! That's great!
But I'd like to ask all of you for some help.
Sure. Just say the word. We'll help you any way we can.
Yeah.
Would you come to Springvale with me and help to bring Finch to my side? I cannot maintain this form for much longer, and I'm worried others will see me how I was just before.
Leave it to me. I'm really close with Grandpa Finch.
Also, please keep Finch's in my secret. I wouldn't want Springvale's tranquil waters to become agitated on account of all this.
Don't worry.
Your secret is safe with me.
I won't tell anyone. That's a promise.
Great. I can't thank you all enough.
What's wrong? Are you gonna turn back into a water droplet?
No, I'm sorry. It's just that my mind's racing. As much as I want to talk to him again, I'm still worried that I won't have the words when the time comes.
Well, write him a poem.
A poem?
Like you've been doing. Everything you never had the chance to say.
Okay, good idea. I'll write him a poem. And it will be called Heart of Clear Springs.
Okay. To Springvale we go.
Are you okay?
It's nothing. I'm just scared that I won't be able to maintain this form much longer.
Okay, don't panic. Wait here, Callie-Roe. I'll go fetch Grandpa Finch.
Take it slow, Diona. Finch isn't a young man anymore. He's not as steady on his feet. I can still hold on a bit longer.
Okay, stay strong. You can do it.
Is that Diona? You're back early today.
Today's your special day, Grandpa Finch. Can you come with me?
Oh? Well, where are we going?
Over there, to the waterfall.
Did you catch a nice little fishy?
Something like that.
Ready? This is extremely important.
But I promised your father that I'd go to...
Grandpa Finch!
All right. All right. No need to get worked up. I'm right behind you.
That's more like it. Now come on, I'll help you.
Draft's daughter is just like him when she's on a mission.
Over here! Over here! It's okay, Grandpa Finch. Take your time.
What's all this? What are all these people doing here? Even Mika's here? How's work been going lately? And even some friends from abroad, if I'm not mistaken. You do know that today's not my birthday, don't you?
Greetings, Mr. Finch. My name is Chong Yoon. We all met at the poetry gala, and... well, there's someone we'd like to introduce you to.
Finch.
That voice. Kelly Rowe.
I didn't think you'd still remember.
Oh, I remember. I remember all right. How could I ever forget? Although your appearance is different than I recall. Back then, you looked like you'd stepped right out of a fairy tale. But I'm one to talk. Of course, a fairy from a fairy tale can change forms. But in your eyes, I'm probably the one who's changed beyond all recognition.
Oh, even after all these years, you still know just what to say to make me laugh.
I thought you were only able to appear in the dead of night. There have been times when I've wondered whether it really was all a dream.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting for so long, Finch.
Oh, it can't have been that long. It's been but the blink of an eye, really.
Finch, would you like to hear a poem I wrote for you?
A poem? You write poetry now? Well, of course. I'd be delighted to listen. I'll hang on every word that leaves your lips.
In that case, let me read you a story about the Spring Fairy. Far from my native land I roamed. In streams I slept, many seasons I met as the sun set and rose. I searched for a garden to call a home, and the moonlight ebbed as the water flowed. A soft breeze beckoned me unto a spring. Sleep, weary wanderer, your journey is over. May the dancing petals sweeten your slumber. At dawn, I hummed the melody of a distant stream, and the songs in the night serenaded my dreams. A boy's tender tears trembled through the water, stirring me more than any starlight sonata. He wove me a wreath from past petals and future buds. I crossed beyond the veil of dreams to the realm of flesh and blood. Look at the love that shines from his eager gaze.
Answer the call of his heart, lest this moment go to waste. The kittens and fireflies invited my heartstrings to sing, but I was a stranger to the melody of mankind, and knew not how this tune should begin. As the river of dreams trickled into the ocean blue, every time a crystal fly flapped its wings, older it seemed he grew. But I learned to fathom human ways each stumbling step I took, and clouds of confusion became crystal clear in the vulnerable verse I wrote. As seed yearns for soil and trees for the sun, a once foreign melody inside my heart sung, and it cried out your name on every string it could strum. Now I give my dream to you. May it be in your slumber a sweet spring to quench your thirst. Now, I hand my heart to you, praying my belated promise might meet, still with your trust.
I do not.
Yes. This is how I remember you from when we first met. All those years ago. It really has been a long, old time, hasn't it?
Finch,
It's okay. I understand. Your poem, it explains everything.
Thank you, Finch. Please, take this.
It's so beautiful.
This is a droplet of water condensed from my own power. Finch, I don't have a physical form like humans, and I can't stay by your side. I don't know how long it'll be before I can change back into human form again. But as long as this droplet remains with you, our hearts will always be connected, no matter the distance between us. I will always be one with the spring. From this day onwards, if you call me, I will meet you in your dreams.
The true heart of Clear Springs.
It's so romantic.
Shh. I'm on.
You've really learned a lot, haven't you? And you don't even mind that the kids are watching.
Bother you?
How could it possibly? This is the happiest moment
I do
of
have
my
Fall
life.
Guys.
I just worry that once I go to sleep, I won't ever want to wake up again.
Huh? Don't say that.
I'm only joking. It seems that you still have much to learn.
Is that right?
Grandpa Finch and Kelly look so happy. Oh, what a perfect moment.
Fiona, thank you for fetching Finch for me.
Yeah.
Not you either.
I used to chat with you a lot. Wasn't it ever annoying?
Of course not. You are one of the truest friends I have in the entire world. That's why I gave you your gift, so that a part of me could always be with you.
Huh?
Wait. So is Diona's ability to mix delicious drinks from disgusting ingredients a blessing from the water spirit?
Chongyun really put that so beautifully bluntly.
Also possible that my pure yang spirit is a gift from some being?
My physical form is about to disappear. Finch,
Yes?
I've never regretted meeting you. are deciding to talk to you that night. Not once. All these long years. Not for a single moment.
It probably goes without saying, but neither have I.
Although it was different from in the stories. That fateful night, I never gave you that kiss. This gift that represents my promise and my love.
I love how the options are to either tell Paimon or Diona to close their eyes. At moments like this, it's only polite to close your eyes.
Okay, everyone. She's gone now.
What? But Paimon didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Grandpa Finch.
Don't worry now. She hasn't gone far. Just like she said, she'll always be one with the spring, by our side and in our dreams.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that connects, but, you know. Oh, wait. Okay. We're going all the way back to Stonegate.
Oh? Hey, you're all back! And it looks like you're in much better spirits than before. Hootow's a step ahead. She's already talking about printing a poetry anthology. She said she can't wait for everyone's final words because I'm itching to pull the trigger. By which I assume she meant she eagerly anticipates receiving everyone's freestyle poetry submissions to help her close the deal.
Probably.
Where have you all been? I've been waiting here forever.
Perhaps they lacked sufficient inspiration and wished to have an emergency communion with nature. And with any luck, I'll bet they heard some fine poetry along the way.
How that fine? Does this mean that right from the start you...
Of course he did, Paimon.
Oh, right from the start, you said you would treat us to a nice meal.
Huh? Did I?
Come on, man. We just brought a 70-year love story to its close. At your low-key meddling, I think this is worth a meal. At least.
Well, since the traveler agrees, then it looks like I can't escape this time.
Hope you have some cash on you, buddy.
Dear Diona, could I trouble you to fix us a couple of your delicious beverages?
You wish. All right. Well, normally I'd never agree, but since I happen to be in a good mood today...
This is true.
So, just what have you guys been up to all this time? Why does it feel like there are some unspoken words hanging in the air here that everyone is privy to but myself?
Really? Must be the breeze. You're reading way too much into it.
Yeah, that's right. We're just, taking a walk. Inspiration walk, since it worked so well last time.
So even Mika's in on it? Jonghyun, how about you tell me what happened on the sly? I've just remembered that I heard about a haunted house recently that you'll definitely want to check out. I'm willing to bet that even your pure Yang spirit won't be able to scare off these demons.
I appreciate the gesture, but no thanks. Not this time. And I'm starting to think that maybe this pure Yang spirit isn't such a bad thing after all.
Huh? What the? What's gotten into you? Okay, that confirms it. I call shenanigans. Something big definitely went down here.
Alright, that's the quest. Obviously, there's, you know, the game quests, but I'll worry about those tomorrow. For right now, it is nearing 11 o'clock. I've got to take out the trash and whatnot. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully. Yeah, this was nice. And every single part of it was catered to me specifically. This event was for me personally. This event was a love letter from Hoyoverse directly to me. Thank you, good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.